Hello, and welcome to another episode of Jaxon Talks Everybody. With me, your host, Jaxon Stone. We are currently at Everybody's Land. Hashtag branded. Buy a shirt. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyways, it's September 11th, 2020. It's about 5:15. And I am joined by two of my favorite people. Not only in the wrestling business, well, maybe not Tommy as much.
Okay.
But he's growing on me. But not just in the wrestling business, but like overall just in general. That's why they're over here at my house hanging out. But we got my boy Ryan Remington, real name. And Tom Becker, also real name. They're larger than life. Also, that's real too.
That is real, larger than life.
I wish we could be also joined by the third member of your group, Jamie Aller.
I love Jamie.
But we never know really what he's doing.
No, I know. He doesn't want to leave his house unless it's for a show, and still, then it's like half the time he wants to be there.
But then when he's always like iffy on whether he wants to be there or not, right? But then when he like actually performs or does his promos or is out there, it's always like really passionate and energetic.
Oh, every time. There was it a few months ago he came back and he was like, man, I just didn't want to be here. And he was like, at the point he's like, I just don't want to do this anymore. And then we went out and had our match and he was doing everything and he came back. He's like, yeah, this was the most fun I've had in months. I'm not quitting.
Yeah.
What are we doing next week?
Yeah, that's what it was.
What's the vibe,
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Just adjusting.
Oh, fix your microphone, dude.
Yeah. And this episode of Jaxon Talks, everybody, is sponsored by, please hand me this Red Solo cup.
Don't drink it, though.
By Red Solo Cup.
Dude, don't spit in it. God.
The unofficial official sponsor of Jaxon Talks, everybody.
Wow, you got them?
No, we don't have a sponsor. This show is not sponsored.
We're just trying to get sponsors.
By anyone. Like, if I was thinking of, like, what are the top sponsors that I want, one would be Death Wish Coffee.
Oh.
Because I drink that on almost every episode.
Dude.
Also, obviously, Bud Light.
Yeah, you're a big fan.
Which I could have one right now, but I'm not going to. But we're officially sponsored by You Are Loved now, because You Are Loved is officially a non-profit organization, which is super cool. So I'm proud of that. Look forward to doing more stuff with that now, officially in the mental health organization field realm of non-profits. So that's really cool. But more about you guys.
More about us.
So Ryan, you were on episode number 7.
Yes.
You guys were never on the show together before, ever.
Nope, never happened. Nope, not real.
Nope.
That was if it ever happened, it was an Elseworld story. That was World 2.
Yeah.
Earth 2.
Earth 2, thank you so much. But now we're back on Earth 1.
Yeah.
Ryan was in episode number 7.
Yes.
And we did some hilarious,
I think so.
hilarious high school stories and middle school also in that episode.
Yeah.
So we're gonna relay this question to you, Tommy.
Excited.
Do you have any hilarious, possibly embarrassing stories about you and dating women in your life?
Yeah.
Hilarious, because I did not.
Okay, that's...
Yeah. So, not. Yeah. Did not go well.
No.
Dating in my childhood days, growing up. It was non-existent.
Yeah.
So there are no stories.
I mean, that's pretty much the same as Ryan and I. We just had some pretty epic failures.
Yeah.
Which was funny. We're just shooting our shot,
And it didn't go well.
and just not.
Didn't work out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I never attempted a shot. So
Not when you were
I
younger.
knew where it was going, and so I
Yeah.
just never tried.
What?
And so, when in Rome, as
God
I'd like to
dang
say.
That karate kick though,
With the kick, though, bro.
was really nice.
It's a Coach Hines kick. I know what you're
Hey!
Oh, am I giving away your secrets?
Yes.
I thought it was like a Cobra Kai kick.
Ooh, Cobra Kai. Screw Miyagi, though. Cobra Kai all the way.
So I'm about to ask you a question about that though, for real. Anything else you want to add?
No, we can move on to Cobra Kai.
No, but you're in a really nice relationship now though.
I am,
Yeah,
yes.
So that's really awesome.
Technically, on shooting the shots, he's actually 1 for 1.
Fuck, you are, dude.
Yeah, you got way.
It's whatever.
You're way better than us.
You're crushing it. Actually, oh my god, you're the best player of all time.
Yeah, you are.
I'm batting 1,000.
You're like the Pat McAfee of relationships.
You are.
let's not go that high.
Because for those that are watching this that are wrestling fans, I've said this before, not recorded on a podcast,
Many
but
times.
Pat McAfee is the best professional wrestler on planet Earth. Okay? If you look at the amount of time he's trained, and then the one match he had that was better than everyone else in the whole world, makes him the best professional wrestler on the planet.
Yeah, he crushed it.
So in terms of that, to Tommy and his relationships, they're like the same. Best in the world.
Yeah.
The greatest dater of all time. It's whatever. I mean,
My God, dude,
it's
you're
simple
killing it, Tom.
logistics.
Cheers, mate.
How long has it been now? What, 2 years?
I think, yes.
Yeah, he thinks. He's still killing it.
Again, greatest dater of all time.
Okay, so in quarantine, I watched all 3 Karate Kids.
Oh.
And then I was in the process of about to buying Cobra Kai on YouTube before they put it on Netflix.
Yeah.
And so then I watched all of Cobra Kai, both seasons. And have you both seen them?
I have not, no.
Have you seen the Karate Kids?
I have not, no.
Okay.
I've seen the first Karate Kid.
I don't watch movies.
Yeah, that's right.
Tommy doesn't watch any movies.
So we'll just relay this question to you. Chime in if you have any
Cool.
just opinions, just in general. Who, in your view, is the good guy and the bad guy in the Cobra Kai series?
In the Cobra Kai, it's one of those. It's like it flip flops, right? It's kind of like life. There's a lot of gray area.
Sure, yeah. Mhm.
But I personally like Cobra Kai, you know, and Johnny Moore. I think, and he's helping people out, and he's trying to get his life back together. Especially in the first season, and Daniel's trying to ruin all that. He seems like the villain.
Right.
And in the second season, it's just a lot of they're doing their own things, but they hate each other so much it bleeds into this rivalry.
Right.
Where I don't think there's a clear cut good and bad guy between them, right?
Yeah.
So some of their students do bad things and do dumb things, which can be perceived as bad or good, right? And it's just a lot of kids being kids, high school kids. I want to fight, especially if they're doing martial arts. You get this kind of, with a lot of testosterone and emotions and all this stuff. Kids are just always ready to go.
Right.
So I don't know if there really is necessarily a good or bad guy. I side with Johnny more, but that's just me, and it's the American you like the underdog stuff, which is why everyone liked Danny LaRusso in the original Karate Kid,
Right.
who was totally the bad guy in the original Karate Kid. Unprovoked, just started messing with Johnny. Just saying.
Yeah, interesting points for sure. I'm with you on most of them, because you can see in Cobra Kai, right, Danny LaRusso's got his whole life together. He's got this car dealership. He's got the nice family, the pretty wife, the kids, whatever. And then, Johnny's just had a hard time leading up to where the show starts, and you kind of get little tidbits of how his life was when he was growing up, because perceived he was had a lot of money, his family was really well together, but really all that wasn't true. He had a broken home. His dad was very mean to him.
His stepdad couldn't stand him.
And so all of those kind of pieces obviously forced him to kind of be, not forced him, but created that kind of bully persona for him in high school.
To try and make up for what he perceives, right?
Yeah.
To try and, it's that old school thing of you don't have a good home life, you come to school, and there's some ways you can have control, right? And a way to you can be a bully and be the big tough guy.
Yeah.
That kind of happens.
Yeah, he just kind of redistributed his pain onto LaRusso. And then, all the 3 Karate Kids. But I just really like how in the Cobra Kai series you can see that he's really trying to make an effort from this old Cobra Kai mentality of calling people, very demeaning, shameful names, and, using karate as let's beat people up first and not try to resolve it and then use it as a last resort.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get his life together, and he just keeps getting hit with these unfortunate circumstances. And LaRusso just has the same grudge left over from high school. Mm-hmm. And I've said previous, if you hold on to a grudge, it's injecting poison in your body and expecting it not to do anything to you. And LaRusso hasn't gotten over it really. Lawrence was just not in his life, so it wasn't something that he was thinking about until he hopped back into his life, and all those unresolved emotions kind of pour back in, and he kind of acted out of character, I think, as well. So there's a ton of gray area there, but both do perceive good and bad.
Yeah, for sure.
What they perceived as right is what they're doing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a really good show. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it.
It's great.
It definitely made me want to do karate in my living room, which I did do. I beat up a lot of shoes and pillows and stuff, which was fun.
My God.
So I used to do karate, but then I got out of it when I started playing baseball really heavy. but I'm doing a lot of leg sweeps in training at MPX. But I don't think I'm ever going to actually apply that into a real professional wrestling match.
You should. Your leg sweep's beautiful.
Is it pretty good?
It looks great. I love it every time.
Maybe I'll hit a leg sweep tonight in beer pong if someone acts out of a character.
Leg sweep and hit the knee drop, brother.
Coming soon to a Jaxon Stone match. Okay, Thomas, you don't watch movies?
No.
Or TV shows?
No. Well,
What's the last thing you watched?
Teenage Bounty Hunter.
Another great show. Yes.
Did you finish it?
Super good.
Yeah. We all finished it way before you did.
Yeah.
So what had happened was we were at Ryan's house about to watch the NXT pay-per-view where Pat McAfee became the greatest professional wrestler in the history of the world.
Yes.
But what had happened was Ryan ordered us some food. It got delivered to his old place, so they went to go pick it up while Tommy and I stayed at the crib, and we threw on some Netflix, and the first thing I saw was Teenage Bounty Hunters, and we watched about the first 30 minutes before Ryan got back, and Tommy and I said no words to each other because we were so into this show, and it was like the first 30 minutes was incredible. Not something that I expected at all, but it's super good. And then I just like binged the rest of the series like in the next couple days. But you finished it?
I did, yes.
Thoughts on it?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. The ending was superb. Some twists.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil.
Favorite character? I don't remember their names now.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely the brunette-haired girl.
Yeah, the two sisters obviously were the top characters.
Yeah.
They were
The one who plays lacrosse.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she was cool.
She was dope.
I enjoy the dad. He's
Yeah, that's not.
he
It
has
seems
some
like
moments.
it
He has
seems
some
like
moments.
somebody you'd like.
But yeah.
I really like the boyfriend who's just
Luke.
Luke.
Yeah, Luke.
Luke's great.
What a champion.
He's just like the stereotypical like dog sick puppy love like high schooler. It's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the character evolutions throughout the show. Like everyone like
Yeah,
like not changes, but they just like
they grow.
yeah, they grow, which is cool. But I didn't see a lot of the stuff happening. I won't ruin it for the people
Yeah.
watching or viewing or listening. So you should go check that out.
I will say if anybody grew up in like a Christian household,
that's
like very
religious.
Christianity, because I did, and like some of the stuff is so relatable, like it almost hurt, but it was hilarious. It's if you grew up going to a Christian school or just being heavily involved in the church, it's really funny and you're gonna laugh pretty freaking hard. It hit home a lot for me.
Yeah, I mean, not for me.
I wonder why.
I mean, there's similar schools like that for Judaism and stuff. I just never,
Yeah.
I never went.
Because I didn't go to a school, but like I was heavily involved in high school and in college
Yeah.
and church. So it was just like, wow, I've said almost all of these things.
Are your parents still religious?
I mean, they're Christian.
Yeah.
They'll say they're Christian, but they don't go to church anymore. And I don't really either, but we still, like, believe in God and believe in
in higher
Jesus.
power.
Yeah,
That's
believe in
what's
higher
up.
power.
Yeah, I think that's super important to believe in the
Yeah.
higher power. But you gotta have faith in something, something good. It's important. Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, no, I want to talk about something else that was like in recent current events. So what, like I said, today's September 11th. So yesterday on September 10th, we heard some comments on a Fox Sports show from Skip Bayless, who's known, if you're not a sports fan, Skip Bayless is kind of known for making kind of aggressive, unpopular, almost to the point where it's a bit assholey comments. And I don't really care about his like shitty sports opinions because it's just one guy making an opinion on stuff.
And a guy who never really played any of the actual sports.
So those are fine. Again, not a huge fan of his takes, but those don't really hit home because it's just, sports, they ain't that deep, right? But yesterday he made some comments and remarks about Dak Prescott, who's the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, about Dak opened up about losing his brother in April to suicide and how the pandemic and isolation and losing his brother is kind of brought on some emotions and feelings that he's never felt before, some depression, some anxiety. And he opened up in an interview about dealing with those, talking about them, being vulnerable about them, and then going to seek help for them. And it was really beautiful what he said, because we tend to forget that like these athletes and these celebrities are human beings, right? just because they're being offered all this money, $30 million, money that we never see or may never see, that doesn't remove pain, loss, grief from their life. They still deal with the same things that we deal with. They're still human beings. And so when people of that kind of level or with that public platform share those kind of vulnerabilities, it really does encourage people who follow them, who look up to them, to then in their own life share their own stories. So I think that's where the power comes from. That's where the beauty comes from. And what Skip said, basically in a nutshell, is that what Dak did was weak. He's not allowed to show that kind of weakness, air quotes, please, because he's the quarterback of America's team, and that's weak. And just to that's it's so dumb. No, like, it's not weak. So the opposite of weakness, right, is strength. So it takes tons of strength to share something deep inside of you that you don't know how people are going to react to. And that's exactly what Dak did. And he's amazing for doing it. It's not weakness. Asking for help is a strength. Sharing your story about mental health or grief or pain or loss or whatever struggles you're dealing with in your life is strength. And our shared experiences and our shared stories are things that can help save lives off the top. So that's what I think. Ryan, you're a big sports guy, big Cowboys fan,
Love
and
it.
also someone who deals with their own mental health issues. Please, what's your take?
It's my first thought, because I saw that everybody, shitting on Skip, and I was like, what did he say? And I found out what Dak said. I was like, oh, that's really cool, because Dak opening up, it's beautiful. He's perceived, being a quarterback of Dallas Cowboys, like in football, like a lot of times that's perceived as the pinnacle, right? Like, you are the most scrutinized, most seen player in the NFL, and it's just like, yeah, he clearly has no problems, all these things, and he opens up about it, and clearly he went through a lot of stuff, and it's beautiful, and it shows a lot of strength, like you're saying, to open up and be this vulnerable and this intimate, not just, because he did it personally first. He talked to friends and teammates and family, and then he talked to therapists and all this stuff, and then he said, I think I want to go public with this because I think it could help people.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful, and then it's just, and football is this thing that's kind of stuck, and any sport, and it's kind of this male-driven thing too, of this toxic masculinity of you don't have feelings, you just go, you keep playing, you tough it out, you pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I've always hated that stuff.
You throw some dirt on it.
Yeah, it's how I grew up. It's how
Icky. I don't want no one throwing dirt on me.
All the men in my family were like, just rub some dirt in it, do that, you're fine,
Yeah.
And like, the honest first reaction, I heard what Skip said, and I was like, I want to go through this phone and punch this man in the face, because I'm an aggressive person.
Yeah.
But, like, it's all stuck in this toxic masculinity thing, and it's the whole thing, like we talked about before, he's uneducated in it, which, it's fine. All of us are uneducated in it until you learn about it, right? But it seems like he's just not willing to learn about it and understand these things, and saying that because Dak's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, and he's this leader of men, it's not okay to show this weakness. And if we going back to the Christianity and stuff for me, so Jesus is this leader of men, right? Jesus wept in front of all of his apostles and all these other men in his life. And if this is Jesus, who is, God, he's one of the Holy Trinity, and he's crying in front of you, I think it's okay to talk about this. And Jesus talked about having depression and being sad and having anxiety and all this stuff. It's okay to go through this. It's just, I'm very frustrated with everything that Bayless said, and I think Shannon Sharp on the other side, what he said was beautiful, and the way he handled it and talked about it, and I could tell he was holding back some anger against Skip for saying all this. And what frustrates me is he immediately says that he's going to recuse himself. If you listen to the videos, he's going to recuse himself because he's not an expert on this and he doesn't know everything, and his opinions are different. But then he still goes on and continues to say these things that just...
Very hurtful and dangerous comments.
Very dangerous.
Dangerous in the fact that that men are actually killing themselves all around the world on basis of these beliefs of toxic masculinity. I can't barely say that word, but whatever. Of that we can't show emotion, no fear, no pain, nothing, all this, hide it deep down, and then it becomes too much, and then our lives are over.
Yeah.
Right? So he not only hears comments uneducated, but they're dangerous. They're dangerous in the fact that people listen to him. A lot of males watch sports, and they're going to hear his comments and be like, oh, okay, so what I think is right, what I've been told growing up is right, I shouldn't feel this, I can't talk about this, and that's wrong. So it's pushing back the median and the idea and the narrative that we need to be pushing forward of creating open and honest communication.
Yeah.
So, Tom, you have any takes? I know you didn't see the actual clip, but you've heard us talk about it.
Well, yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing is that the danger that comes from that comment. But I think Skip, who's known to cross the line in attempts to create division,
Yeah.
because that's what a show like that is all about.
Sure, yeah.
It's all for ratings, right?
But I think this time he made comments that, again, he is uneducated about and didn't really comprehend the danger.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, even today, I think I saw a tweet. I don't think he's apologized yet.
No.
But he was tweeting out, like, he's trying to advertise his show upcoming today where he was going to talk about it. Right? And so he doesn't address it, like, in a tweet or whatever. He's trying to get people to tune in.
Try to just get more views.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I think that's all he was doing, but he doesn't realize how dangerous comments like that could be.
Yeah,
So-
for sure.
And especially I think in men, because you're talking about how that's how we're all taught. I think, I don't know how true the statistic is, but I see it all over the place that men die by suicide at a rate like 2 to 1.
Yeah,
to
they're the
women,
highest.
You know?
Yeah.
Because we're just taught this
Yeah.
thing. So everything's buried down. I'm a man.
No.
You know?
So if you're watching this and you're a dude, what Dak Prescott did is the definition of quote unquote manliness or being tough. That's what he did. He's tough. And he's going to be a better leader because of it. Because I guarantee you there's more. He's not the only person on the Dallas Cowboys who's feeling the same way he's feeling about the pandemic, about fear, about anxiety, about depression. And so those teammates are going to feel more connected and more loved to him. And then if we're just talking about how it relates to sports, they're going to play and be more in tune with each other, and they're going to play better. So now, again, if we're just talking about sports, just sports, Skip should know this because he's a sports commentator, right? If you want to be an elite competitor at the top level, if you want to be the best in the world at what you do in regards to sports, or just in life, really, you want to be the best at what you do in life, whatever your job title is, taking care of your mental wellness is the only way you're going to achieve that success. Mm-hmm. Right? Because mental health isn't just depression, anxiety, or all these other conditions. It's about how you think, feel, and act. And that is the basis of your entire life. How you think, feel, and act is how you go about all of your days. So if you want to be an elite anything, if you want to be an elite carpenter, an elite bodybuilder, elite athlete, elite businessman, taking care of your mental wellness or your mental well-being is the only way to achieve that success. Right? So those are my thoughts on that. Hopefully, just like I said with Dave Meltzer, who's like a wrestling journalist who said some really dangerous and harmful things about suicide and about mental health when he was talking about Hannah Kimura. The same thing I said to him and the same thing I say about Skip. These people just need to be educated on a subject that they're unfamiliar with. They're attempting to do their job, which is report, but they're doing it in a way that's dangerous to people in an uninformed manner. And so whenever things like this happen on Twitter, right, people's first reaction is to jump down the neck of the person that did something wrong, right? I hope you die. Fuck you. I hope you die. Which is the absolute wrong opinion or reaction to have when something like this happens. It's okay to be upset and frustrated and angry. I absolutely was very upset, very bothered by everything. I don't think Skip Bayless needs to die. Maybe he needs to get fired from his job. That's an okay repercussion for his action. Maybe don't give him a public platform anymore to spew this dangerous, nonsense. But to hope he dies makes you almost as misguided as him.
Yeah.
And so the idea is that hopefully someone close to him reaches out to him. I would do it, but I don't know Skip, right? Reaches out to him and says, hey, we need to have a conversation about this and why what you said is dangerous. And then maybe he grows and learns from that. That's the only way to hold people accountable. That's the only way to garner real change. It's about awareness plus action equals transformation. Boom. Read that in a book and heard it on a podcast. And now I'm saying it on my podcast.
Oh, you're killing the game.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
Yep, then you wooed.
Yeah, then I wooed. Damn.
How could you?
I just felt like it was natural.
It was good though. You did.
I felt like it was a natural
I liked
progression.
it.
You can edit.
You can probably edit that out if you want to.
Ben, edit this out, but don't. I love you. Anyways.
No woo.
What is the most interesting thing that you've purchased or done while we were in quarantine? because we're kind of out of quarantine here in Texas. We're like 50% open here, which has been nice. Mask required everywhere. But we have restaurants and bars open. We're back to a bit of wrestling. But we had like a 3-month lockdown.
Yeah.
You know? Did you guys make any weird purchases?
Yeah, I made one really big one. I don't know if I want to say it.
Okay.
To the whole world. To everyone who watches this.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I know what you did, but
Yeah, I'm kind of like half on that purchase.
No, you're not.
I mean, I don't know if purchase is the right word
No.
for you. I think it's like making a change for you. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
An upgrade?
Sure.
Yeah.
You'd be upgrading for sure. I did.
Okay, besides that, did you buy anything weird?
Did I buy anything weird?
I bought like 17 plants.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't buy a lot of things. I bought a giant 65-inch curved TV, which is awesome.
Okay, so I saw that at your house, and I didn't know that TVs were curved now.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It just recently happened the last couple of years, I think.
Because my TV's like behind where the camera is right now, and if you sit over here and this couch we have to my right, it's kind of hard to see the TV because obviously it's straight. But yours is curved.
Yes.
And it's real cool.
So it's like anywhere you sit, you can see it and have a pretty good view, which is dope. I really like it.
It was really, really nice to watch when Pat McAfee became the best
The best wrestler.
professional wrestler in the world. Oh man, just give him the strap. Give him the strap.
They should.
I'm trying to think if there's anything like this actually weird. I bought a lot of comic books, but that's not weird for me.
No, you buy those all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Did you read like 15 in one day?
Yeah, I got last, I think it was Monday on Labor Day. I went and got my comics. There was 15 issues, and I just read them all that day. And I was like, man, I got nothing else to do. And I worked out, and I read another like whole trade that I had, and just finished that up, and then watched TV. That's what I do with my life.
Reading comics is cool.
Yeah, I love comics.
Do you watch The Boys on Amazon?
I've watched the first 3 episodes. The 4th episode came out today.
Oh, season 2.
Yeah.
It's a really good show, but it's very intense. It's very like
It's very my style.
it's very violent. But I like it. It's a good show.
Yeah. Wait, did Tommy buy anything weird?
I'm about to ask you.
I gotta know.
I don't buy things. And so I
was
don't.
gonna say you like me.
I'm trying to think.
Well, what's kept you busy during quarantine? I know you've done one thing that's kept you busy.
What does that mean?
You're like a shark now.
There we go. Okay. Whew. Yeah. I'm a gamer. I game.
Tommy
right?
Tommy gambles on NHL.
Yeah, explain this process. How did this come to be? What happened? What's it all about?
Yeah.
Okay, so I grew up playing hockey.
Yeah.
Like, real life hockey. And I stopped playing hockey.
At age what?
18, 19, around that age.
Is there high school hockey, or do you like play in like a league outside of hockey? Outside of high school?
So outside, like club.
Yeah.
I usually played summer for my school because they usually wouldn't let like high level club players play for the school.
So it was better to be on a club team than the high school team.
Yes, in South.
Yeah.
If you go north, like in Minnesota, it's all high school hockey.
Because they're all really good, right? Because they grew up playing. Like it's not that common to play hockey in Texas.
You grew up playing outside.
Yeah.
Right? It's reverse. Here it's football.
For sure.
Right. Makes sense. Yeah, whatever the climate is, really.
Yeah. And so, I stopped playing around 18, 19 and to be a wrestler.
Sick.
And I still wanted to maintain that sort of competitive edge in hockey. Mm-hmm. And so I went to playing NHL, the video game.
Yes.
Right? And I play it online against people.
What system do you use?
So I have the Xbox.
Yeah.
And then my girlfriend has PlayStation, so I play on both.
Yeah.
But hey, it's more money, okay?
What a guy. Okay, so you're into the game, and then what happened from there?
I got good.
Like really good.
Yeah. Like world good. Anywho,
Dude, I hope you sell it in an arena.
I can.
That'd be so
Believe me.
sick.
I'm gonna be your number 1 fan in the background.
Okay, Your Love will sponsor you?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna be like your walkout guys for your team.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, walkout. Okay.
This is awesome. Yes. God, I love to have friends with different interests. All right, so keep going.
So this goes back to not dating in school. This is also the reason because I'm a gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was no time for women. Okay.
Because you were gaming.
It was hockey and then gaming.
Like come on.
You were playing I get it. You were playing an incredibly physically demanding sport, like probably top 3 in the world, and then you just went home and gamed.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And watch wrestling.
Sick. What a fucking combo.
At the time, that was not the combination for meeting women.
It should be.
Absolutely.
Now
It should be.
Now it is because gamers make a lot of money.
They do.
Back then, no. There was no room for women. They did not see you as dating
As a
potential.
viable option.
Yes.
I want to hang out with every single person who watches wrestling, games, and just like plays hockey.
Yeah.
I don't even like hockey that much, but it's like a cool sport.
You'll learn to love it.
Because like the parallels to baseball are this. Love the long hair and the flow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gotta put in a dip.
Not me.
And we're gonna party. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
The latter two are not really you, but the long hair for sure is you.
That is me. Yes.
No real parallels from football except for the violence.
Yeah, hockey and football.
That's where I come in. It's violence for the football.
Straight violence.
Okay, so big gamer from high school. Now you're in quarantine,
Yeah.
and you're what? You're trying to figure some shit out.
Yeah. So, I'm kind of tired of this, part-time job stuff.
Yep.
Right? And so, why not try to make money doing something I enjoy?
I love this.
Absolutely.
Right? And so, it's become a part-time job. Is playing for money. I don't think of it as gambling because I know I can win.
No, my man hustles people.
So I'm
Okay.
so do you like I'm not a big gamer, right? So you get online, so you're on Xbox. You put the NHL game in. You go online like Xbox Live, right?
Sure.
Is that what it's called?
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's how you just connect with people online.
And then do you is there like a way where you like bet I'm gonna bet you $100 I can beat you in this game? Or
Yeah, so it's a site called Gamer Saloon.
That's a cool name.
It is, yeah. That's it. That was my first thought.
That's a really cool name.
I knew I made it when I saw that name.
Yeah,
and I
you did
signed
make
up
it.
for it. I was like, okay, I'm in the saloon.
You are.
Anywho, and so you play through that site, and so you're like, you find a game. Hey, I want to do a $5 game. You do like an open challenge.
Okay.
And then you can challenge people directly, whatever you want to do. And then once you find a game, you match with them online, and then there you go. I mean, that's
it.
Nothing more to it.
Oh, okay.
What's the most you've ever made in one sitting?
One sitting.
What's the most you put on just one single game?
Okay, one game.
One single game, 100.
Okay, I know that one.
Is that your regular bet?
No.
What do you do, like 20?
Well, okay. Yeah, there's a process.
Yeah, we want to know.
I was getting to it.
Oh, my fault.
This is how he hustles people.
I'm a bad podcast host. I can't even let my guests finish.
So you start off with like a $5 game.
Okay.
Right? And in the first, 2-3 minutes of the game, right, you kind of fill them out, see how they are. If they're not good, you play at their level and you barely beat them. Right? So if I'm playing a guy who I can beat 10-0, I only beat them like 1-0, or I let them score and I win like 3-2.
For reference, if you're not a hockey fan, games are usually 1-0, 2-1.
Yeah.
Around that area.
Tight scores, kind of like soccer.
So I can beat these guys like 10-0, but
Which is it's like 54-0 in football.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's bad. Anywho, I've said that a lot.
I like that word though. Keep going.
It is nice. So
It's a good transitional word. Anywho.
This is very you, Tommy.
it's 60s.
You're beautiful.
I don't know what that's thing.
Yeah, it is 60s. We're in a saloon right now.
Damn right, dude.
Saloon. Anywho, what it do? No.
Okay.
Who was the guy? Was it Ben? Did Ben edit this?
Yes, Ben.
You're
Ben-
keeping
Ben-
it. We're keeping it.
I don't know you, Ben, but please, for my sake.
Ben's incredible. Anyways,
You're amazing.
Any what stuff?
doesn't
There's.
flow as
Not
well.
as good.
Go back. Rewind.
Anywho,
There we go.
Yep.
where was I? So I beat
We're
this
in a gamer
guy
saloon. You beat this guy 10-0. You bet
10-0. I
$5.
could beat
Yeah.
10-0, right? So I beat him like 3-2. Let's just say average.
Sure.
And so they think it was a close game, and they get mad, right? They're like, "Oh, I was so close. It was such a close game." And I'm messaging them back like, "Man, that was close. Rematch?" And so they're like, yes." Usually some, competitive people get angry.
Sure.
Some swear words.
Oof. Yeah.
This is not a PG. Is this PG? I don't know.
You can say whatever you want.
I will not. Whatever. Parents are probably watching this.
They might be.
And so, you rematch them, and you want to raise the money.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
So I usually go maybe 10, maybe 20, try and raise it up, and if they accept, we're golden. And I just do the same thing over and over. Just keep until 3-2, 2-1. I keep it close.
And then they keep rematching you?
Yes, there was one guy who, after the $5 game, the $20 game, I saw a notification. It said he challenged me to a $100 game. I have never accepted something so fast in my life.
So it's pretty normal to face someone like 2 or 3 times in a row?
Yeah.
In the same night, or is like these are different days?
Yeah, like right back to back to back.
How long does it take to play one game?
15, 20 minutes.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can play loads.
So, that's the gist of it.
That's sweet, though.
Yeah.
So how many hours do you spend doing that a day?
I don't know. It's like a work day.
Yeah. You can spend 9 or 10 hours doing
Yeah, you
it.
think it's been that long?
Yeah,
My guy.
like I said, it's like a part-time job.
Killing it.
At a job, you only, when I was at Walmart, we were making $15 an hour. That's only 3 games an hour.
If you're playing all $5.
Yeah.
That's at the lowest, that's like low tier, right? $5.
Yeah, that's
You can do
very
3
cheap.
games an hour easily.
Yeah, well, and there's like tournaments that are like free to enter tournaments.
And those are big money.
Yeah, like the other day I won $250
My guy.
in one tournament. So
Blessed.
there we go.
You're killing it, dude.
Whatever.
So obviously you spent a lot of time doing that during quarantine, and also you got jacked.
Got jacked.
I did. I have.
What he is?
Say it.
Know what he is? He's thick, boy! He a thick ass boy! Tommy loves it when I yell that in the middle of matches.
I do, actually.
It's been.
What did you eat to kind of put on some mass?
So.
Did you change your gym routine?
Yes, I did. I changed my gym routine. I changed my calorie intake. For in gym, I pretty much just upped sets and, kind of based it on specific body parts. It's like I do the typical, bodybuilding, right? Chest day, leg day,
Yeah.
shoulder day.
That's good for gaining size, though.
Because I think that's just where I needed to attend.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest need right now for me to advance in wrestling.
In your professional wrestling career?
Yes,
For sure.
And so I've probably March when it started.
And the March, when we kind of got locked in.
Yep.
I've probably put on close to 20 pounds.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, I'm
Getting thick.
still a little on the skinny side, but
You're not where you want to be?
oh, of course not. But
We never are.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm never
we're getting there.
That's awesome, though. Good to see
You're
it.
killing it.
Oh, well, thank you. Anywho,
So you had a very exciting quarantine.
Yeah.
yeah, made some money, made some gains.
Money and gains, dude.
Dude, that's the way to go.
That's
What-
one of the
what-
next Tommy Becker tee.
What's that movie with the
Pain and Gain.
More pain.
Pain and Gain. Yeah,
yeah.
there it is. Except it's
They
money.
just also did a lot of drugs, too.
Yeah. Yes.
Which
Stay away
Tommy
from
does not do.
Do not recommend.
No drugs.
I've never even had soda.
It's accurate. Oh, you're throwing this out on the internet. Yeah, Tommy's never drank a soda in his entire life.
Yeah.
It makes you a very interesting human.
When in Rome.
Yeah.
His go-to when he's feeling frisky is chocolate milk.
You drink a lot of chocolate milk.
I do. Yes.
Especially when you're trying to get thick, dude.
Chocolate milk and peanut butter?
Milk, chocolate milk, peanut butter,
Peanut butter,
brown
chicken.
rice, chicken. Yeah.
The standard.
My guy.
It's the standard.
That's awesome.
Not much to it.
Cheers, mate. Proud of you.
Yeah, well, cheers your way.
Get your water out.
So everybody, we're cheers.
Bottle.
Here it is, boys.
There we go.
To love.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan, I'm going to ask you a question. Obviously, it's a podcast. Last time we were on the show, we spoke very heavily about kind of your outside ventures, outside
Yes.
of wrestling. and kind of makes you the person that you are. Mm-hmm. So what's because that was in January, I think we spoke.
Yeah,
obviously we talk almost every day.
Yeah,
but for the people listening, have you been working on anything specific you want to share? What's happening?
So there's this. There's a few different things. There's another thing that I'm wanting to do too that's come up, but in terms of like the writing process, our mutual friend, good old Stephen Kirby, and we are actually writing a movie together. We've gotten together and we've written all the acts down and the ideas of all the characters and where we're going with it. And it's it's just a parody almost on like kind of like a zombie, but like teen romance kind of thing mixed together, which I'm very excited about.
You already copied with the rom-com portion.
Yeah. And this whole, the whole like the teen, it's the zombie, there's teen romance and the typical teen, there's more to the life than here type of thing. So I don't know. We're super excited about it. We're trying to get to the next process.
We're all gonna sit down and read it though, which would be cool.
Yeah, we're gonna sit down. Kirby and I want to get together a bunch of friends that we trust, which would be these two guys, and a few others, and just like workshop it and see what works and what doesn't, and get different ideas from different backgrounds. We're excited about that.
Sweet. So you wrote a full movie.
Not the full movie yet, but
we got
basically just workshop, and then we'll go to the script afterwards.
So you got a good idea of it.
Yeah.
So for you, when you're trying to think of an idea, or you're trying to write something out, or you're trying to create something, mm-hmm. is there like a space or like a thing that gets you a new creative vibe, or is there just like it just hits you?
It depends on the day, right? It just hits me because it's that kind of like, and it goes with kind of like the mental health thing, as I have like bipolar depression, right? So it's a lot of ups, a lot of downs. So like when I'm on like a manic, that's when I'm like, oh dude, I should do this and do that and write this and that. So it's really,
that puts you in a more creative state?
Sometimes it just gives me the ideas, right? Yeah. And it doesn't matter whether I'm in a low or a high, I can still work on it. Mm-hmm. But like the manics kind of give me more of the ideas than anything. And it just depends on the day. And like a lot of getting together with somebody, which is, I love writing with friends. So like writing with Kirby, him and I have similar sense of humor and we love each other and we hang out all the time. So it's that like, let's write this together, mm-hmm. right? Let's do this. Let's figure this out. And so once we got together, like we wrote all that in probably around an hour.
Just kind of flowed.
Yeah, and we were just laughing at everything the whole time. Like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So I'm very big into like getting together with a friend or a close friend and writing. That's where my creative ideas actually flow the most, probably.
Because you can't measure creativity.
Yeah.
Like it's impossible. And it's also, I think personally, I don't know, it's everyone's individual, but it's like, it's impossible to like, for me to just like wake up in the morning and say, today I'm going to be really creative.
It's really hard.
Like if I was a songwriter, I don't think it would be possible to be like, wake up and be like, today I'm going to write this platinum hit. I think that just happens.
For sure.
You know? And that's the same thing with like hanging out with friends or going new places or experiencing new things. That's what causes the creativity. Like a conversation with a friend can spark this idea, and there's where the creativity comes from. And you got to be in a space that you can kind of maybe jot that idea down so you don't lose that train of thought. But it's super hard to obviously measure creativity and figure out when it's going to hit and when it's going to strike and what's going to be good and what's going to hit and what's not going to be good. I think that's what's so cool about artists and like making things, you know, because you throw a lot of shit against the wall.
For sure.
A lot.
And a lot of it does not stick.
And like maybe 1 out of 100 will stick, but that'll be the thing that's like super cool to you.
That's all that matters, right? And I have tons of other ideas I just haven't like had the energy to go on and do, which just happens. And I have another friend that I like to write with, but it gets frustrating because we're also really good friends and we don't see each other as often. So when we hang out, like it's a lot of just hanging out and not writing. Yeah,
for sure.
And I want to, but he's very big on just hanging out, which I'm never going to be against. Like I love him, so I want to hang out with him.
Yeah, you're a big hang-outer.
Yeah.
Big hangout guy.
I love being with friends. Small group of
close friends.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the vibe, though. That's what everyone needs. That's what everyone wants. Like, we're never meant to just, like, go through this life alone. You know? Even when you feel like you're alone, you're not. Because you have people there who care about you, and it's so cool that you can just reach out to someone and be like, hey, dude, you want to hang out? And then you're like, yeah. And then it's sick.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things in life. It's the small things.
It is. It's always the small things. For sure. You think you're a creative person? Do you have an outlet for that except for wrestling?
Probably not an outlet besides wrestling.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty big outlet for creativity.
It's a massive outlet.
Yeah.
But I will say, back to the creative side of things, I think that's where like the shower thoughts come into play.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's, you don't expect to come up with ideas there, and like you're relaxed there, so they just flow through.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where you come up with the best ideas. The shower.
I mean, it's true.
I'll have them while I'm laying down sometimes, like trying to sleep.
Yeah.
I legit laid down and it's be like, oh, that's a great idea. And then I have to turn over and get on my phone and like type it out in like the notes.
For sure.
So I don't forget when I go to sleep, right? I had one of my, the comic idea we talked about last time, the revolver.
Yeah, I loved it.
I actually had that idea watching the Joker in theaters with Jamie.
That's an incredible movie.
And I'm a person that's 100% against pulling out your phone and doing that, but I was like, I'm going to forget this
You have to
if
write it
I
down.
don't. So I pulled it out and I typed everything as fast as I could and I put it back in my pocket and then enjoyed the awesome movie that is the Joker.
I mean, when that comic becomes mad famous, that's a brilliant story that you
Yeah.
can tell on a podcast. And I'll release this clip of that and be like, I heard it first. Thank you so much. Yeah, but if you haven't seen the Joker, though, I definitely recommend watching it. But it's very intense film.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that are depicted in there that are really difficult to watch, mental health related. So just be warned by that and be kind of be with people or be in like a state of mind that you feel like you can handle that in.
For sure.
I watched it on a plane. I don't know where I was coming back from, but I wrote so many things down while I was watching it. I think I made like a 17 tweet thread about it.
Did you?
Just about how I think it's one of the most well depicted versions of a really, 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 really serious mental health condition untreated. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's the Joker. He's like a super villain, but
Yeah.
there's way more to his story, just like everyone else's story, and why people do bad things or they become bad. So it's a really interesting film. Well, I would recommend watching it. You haven't seen it though.
I have not. No. Again, I don't watch movies.
What's the last movie you watched?
movie? Oh boy.
You don't watch movies with your girl? You guys don't like to sit down and watch movies?
I'm not a movie.
I think she
I always
forces you
fall
to
asleep.
You just get bored?
I fall asleep in every movie, even in the theaters.
So she's like not taking you to those because you're gonna fall asleep.
Well, right now there's no movie theaters.
Movie theaters are open.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm behind.
I'm gonna go. The first time I'm gonna go to the theater is gonna be in November when the new James Bond movie comes out.
That's a good plan.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for Wonder Woman 84. That's when I want to go see in theaters.
I think I'm gonna watch Mulan on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
but I don't want to pay $30 yet.
Yeah, I don't want to pay 30 for that.
So maybe we'll just watch it in December when it goes free.
Yeah, why not?
But it looks badass though.
I do know there's a movie that I'm going to make Tommy watch here soon. It's called The Raid, and it might be my favorite martial arts movie of all time.
I'm in a martial arts kick right now. Send it my way.
I got you. It's on Amazon, and it's like $2 to rent and $4 to buy.
That's it.
That's it. The thing is, it's an Indonesian film,
Yeah.
so you can watch with subtitles, where the voice acting, where the actors, like the way they say everything, inflection makes sense, or you can watch this American dub that almost makes it a comedy with amazing and brutal fight scenes.
Ooh, okay.
Because the American dub is like, that's my brother. Why would you do that? I need to find a way out of here.
Well then.
It's great.
Okay, so you're gonna tell us the last movie you saw, and then we're wrapping this up.
I was about to say. I don't remember the title, but it's recent and it's on Hulu, I
Okay.
believe. It has Andy Samberg.
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs.
Yes, I saw. Yes,
Yeah, it's a good
Is it
movie.
good?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I liked
Kinda
it.
like Groundhog Day type thing.
Yeah, they just like can't.
Yeah.
They used to put their own spin on it.
I recently just watched on Hulu. Speaking of Hulu, Chemical Hearts.
What is that one?
It's about high school. It's like a high school love story.
Oh.
I think it's really good. What Hulu has done with the recent shows I've watched is like they have a really good depiction of like real human emotion. Like I watched Normal People, which is really good, and Chemical Hearts, and they're both like just like a really accurate. Like there's no exciting things are happening.
Yeah.
Like there's no superheroes or any of these like crazy things. There's like a real accurate depiction of like the human experience, and I'm super into that. Obviously, lately, I'm just trying to figure all that out because it's really interesting. But yeah, Chemical Hearts is really good. If you watch Riverdale, the main character from that, I think her name in real life is Lily, but she's in that movie, and this like other actor who plays the dude in it. This maybe is like his first big role, but he crushed it too. It's a really good movie. I'd watch that.
Was it Chemical Hearts?
Chemical Hearts, yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, I think this was a good epi.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Felt good. Tommy, you feel good about it?
We said words.
We said
did.
words.
We did say
That's absolutely accurate.
We said a lot of words.
Yeah.
But now we're probably going to we're going to play it. What we're going to do is I'm going to play Ryan for the third time in MLB The Show.
Ugh.
I'm up 2-0.
He is. It's bull crap.
Because I'm actually very good at MLB The Show. I think it might be because like I was a really good baseball player, and it's like kind of translated into this good hand.
Hockey.
I wasn't expecting it because I play the show like my entire life, and then the first game we played, he destroyed me.
Yeah, I think it's just like my hand-eye coordination is pretty good. Like my hitting timing is pretty good, and yeah, I don't know why I'm good. It doesn't really matter.
So we'll play Madden too.
I can't play Madden.
I'll show you what's
so
up.
bad. At
That's
it.
my game.
But I'll play it. We can download it. I'll play it. I don't care.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna do that. Probably play a little beer pong. Got a few more people coming over. Yeah, we have water in the
It's
cups.
competitive pong. It's not.
Oh yeah,
pong.
somebody on Twitter said there was a picture once from the New Year's party, and they said Ryan looks tanked, and I was like, man, nobody knows me.
No one knows you
at all.
Ryan and Tommy don't drink. I do drink. I like to drink. But beer pong for us in this house is definitely a competitive sport.
For sure.
We're not worried at all about the drinking. We kind of get after it.
I mean, we're gonna have the A
water.
team right here. Sorry, Tommy and I don't team when we play beer pong.
It's drinking during it is optional. If you have a drink in your hand, it doesn't matter. But there's water in the cups because we're reusing the cups, and that would be icky. But we do get pretty intense games going on.
I am actually unreal at this sport.
Yeah, very good.
Professional sport.
I really thought about trying to get together like a virtual beer pong tournament with wrestlers. So my idea was that a fan. This was deep during quarantine when but I still might do it now. But like a fan basically sponsors a team of wrestlers that they really like, and they sponsor them for like maybe $20-$25. We put that money in the pot. Get I don't know if like a good tournament number of teams, we'll say 18.
Yeah.
So each fan sponsors a team. They put in like $20-$25. Maybe the wrestlers put themselves in a little money too, and then the winner decides where the money goes, whether it goes to them or they need it, or like a certain charity that they're fired up about, and we would just virtually play over IG Live. I thought that would be like a cool sense of entertainment.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
But I never put the effort towards doing it. I was doing a lot of other stuff.
There's a lot of other things.
I did a lot of stuff during quarantine. I got a lot of stuff set up. Like I set up my nonprofit. I became a life coach. All these things that are cool.
You did a lot of great things.
A lot of great things. A lot of moving and shaking.
For sure.
But that's what we're going to do. A few other people are probably going to come over. We're going to have some golden double stuffed Oreos because that's theabsolutebomb.com.
Pumped about that.
But thanks, guys, for coming on.
No, yeah. Thanks for having us.
And thanks for coming over,
Absolutely.
as always.
This is fun.
Oh, the leg touch.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you all. Oh, you too?
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I love you all. I'm genuinely grateful for you watching the show. You definitely don't have to, but I appreciate that you do. And if you liked it, share with a friend, please. That would be awesome. Rate it, subscribe, like, comment. Yeah, cheers, be well.
All the things.
Misty House Coffee. What was it?
Death Wish coffee.
Death
Death
Wish
Wish.
coffee. Ay, ay, ay.
I don't even like coffee.
Later.